What's going on, guys? It's Zach here. Bring you guys another fantasy football video. And this one will be going over the first Thursday Night Football primer. I'll be doing this every week probably, where I'll just go over a quick video where I sort of highlight the Thursday Night Football players and players on each team at each position and sort of go over which players I think are worth starting. And then I'll do a sort of more rapid fire version of this video when I get towards either Friday or Saturday in the week, where I'll go over every single game by game, and tell you who I'm starting and who I'm not. Obviously, if you guys have any start-sit questions that are anything specific, feel free to let me know in the comments. I'm happy to let you guys know what I have to offer and give you my opinion on all of those. So, yeah, super excited for football to start here. It's going to be the first game here coming up. We got the Chiefs and the Lions. Should be a lot of fun. I'm expecting a lot of points to be scored, and really just super excited to have football back. So, super excited here. And yeah, with that, let's just get into the first round of players. So taking a look at the quarterbacks here, I think on the Chiefs side of the ball, obviously Patrick Mahomes is a must-start for you guys, regardless of what happens with Travis Kelce, whether or not he suits up. Even if Kadarius Toney doesn't suit up, I don't really care who Mahomes' weapons are. He's going to find a way to put up reasonable fantasy numbers. He's going to run enough. He's going to throw for probably 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, regardless of who he's throwing to. He's a stud. He's going to be a locked-in starter, and this Lions defense doesn't scare you. So Mahomes should be started with or without Travis Kelce. Jared Goff, it's not as great of a matchup for him as you might think. Obviously, we really like the high over-under. I believe it's supposed to be 54 total points scored in this game. The road game isn't really great for him, though. He's generally performed much better at home than on the road. That's something to keep in mind. On top of that, I do expect the Lions to utilize their running backs a ton in this offense. The Chiefs are going to be without Chris Jones. The defensive line really should struggle quite a bit this week, so I do think there's going to be a real emphasis on the running game for the Detroit Lions this week. So I really don't think I'd be wanting to start Jared Goff in this one. I think you can. He's probably around a quarterback 15 range. If you're in a 14-team league and you drafted 2 quarterbacks, maybe you took Anthony Richardson and Jared Goff, maybe you could lean towards Jared Goff this week if you want to. But overall, I would probably just prefer to not be starting Jared Goff in this one. Next up, we've got the running back, starting us off with the Chiefs side of the ball. I think Isaiah Pacheco is in line to be a low-end running back 2 or a flex player for you guys this week. He probably needs a touchdown to pay off, because I do think Jerick McKinnon's going to be the guy that's more heavily utilized in the passing game. CEH will be involved as well to some extent, so that means that you're probably going to see 10 to 14 touches for Isaiah Pacheco, maybe 1 or 2 targets. So you're probably going to be looking at 50 to 60 total yards, maybe 1 reception. So you probably do need a touchdown for him to pay off from a fantasy standpoint, but with a high over-under like this, he does certainly have a good shot to score one in this game. So I think you could certainly play Pacheco in this one. For CEH and McKinnon, I'd prefer not to be starting either one of them. If I was going to start one of them this week, it would be Jerick McKinnon. Without all the weapons that Mahomes could be having, I do think there's a world that exists where Jerick McKinnon gets utilized in the passing game even more than he will be over the course of the season. Just something to keep in mind, though. I generally prefer to not play either one of those guys if I can avoid it. For the Lions, David Montgomery is going to be a smash play this week. Chris Jones is not going to be in the lineup for the Kansas City Chiefs tomorrow or tonight, depending on when you're watching this. And that means that we're going to be looking at a defense that really isn't going to be able to stop the run very well. David Montgomery should be in line to see 20 total touches potentially in this one. I think you could easily see David Montgomery put up 100 yards and 2 touchdowns this week. I know I've been super high on David Montgomery all off season. I think it's going to be a really nice start to his season here. For Jahmyr Gibbs, he's also a must-start for me. I think he should see around 15 total opportunities. They should be highly efficient. I think you could see him get 8 targets in this one. I'd bet on around 70 total yards, probably 5 catches in this one, and a good shot to score a touchdown. So he's a high-end running back, too, for me this week. I do actually prefer Jahmyr Gibbs in this match, or David Montgomery over Jahmyr Gibbs in this matchup. But obviously, if you have either one of them, you're starting them both, and they're both going to be really great plays for you guys this week. Next up, we've got the wide receiver position, starting us off for the Chiefs. I think that Sky Moore is going to be a low-end wide receiver 2, high-end wide receiver 3 for you guys this week. With all the options being so limited in Kansas City for week 1, I think Sky Moore looks to be a pretty safe bet. I'd expect him to have 5 or 6 receptions for probably 60 or 70 yards, a decent shot to score in this one. He's going to be a guy that I'm comfortable stalling into my lineup in week 1. Outside of Sky Moore, I don't think there's anybody that I'm looking to start on the Chiefs side of the ball. MVS or Kadarius Toney could be used in the flex spot if you're in a really deep format. MVS has obviously always got a shot to hit on a deep touchdown. Kadarius Toney could be manufactured some touches, but especially Kadarius Toney, he's not someone that I'd be super excited about week 1. He's still coming off of that injury. I don't know what we can really expect in terms of a snap share for him, so I'd prefer to start no Chiefs wide receivers other than Sky Moore in this one. For the Lions side of the ball, Amon-Ra St. Brown is an absolutely smash play here. I do expect him to be a top 10 wide receiver in week 1. I think he's easily going to see 10-plus targets. He's got a good shot to score in this one. I'd expect something around 8 for 80 and a touchdown in this game. Really high on numbers. He's going to be a really great start to your season for him. Josh Reynolds is someone I'd highlight as a decent DFS play. If you guys are interested in that, I do think he's going to be a really decent player. I think you could see him catch 4 passes for about 60 yards here. Decent shot to score about decent shot to score in this one, but really I wouldn't want to be starting Josh Reynolds or any other Lions wide receiver. I think it's kind of Amon-Ra St. Brown and redraft or bust here. At tight end, this is where the big question mark comes in. Obviously, we've got Travis Kelce still being listed as questionable. I'm recording this at 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time Wednesday night. So we don't know everything regarding Travis Kelce right now, but what we do know right now is that he's currently being listed as questionable. He's got some swelling in his knee. It'll be interesting to see if he plays or not. I will say that if Travis Kelce does suit up tomorrow, he's absolutely going to be just a locked-in player into your starting lineups. The Chiefs aren't going to roll him out there if he's not ready to go, if he's not 100%, and if they're worried about him being re-aggravated. So I would fully expect a full allotment of snaps for Travis Kelce if he plays. I still don't really expect him to suit up on Thursday, and if that's the case, then obviously the decision's made for you. But if Kelce plays, I think you got to play him. He's just that kind of player. He's also 50% of Travis Kelce is going to be better than what you see on the waiver wire options. So just play Travis Kelce if you have him and he plays. For the Lions, Sam Laporta is a streaming option if you guys are interested there. He's probably looking at around 4 catches for 40 yards in this one. He's got a shot to score, and you probably need him to score a touchdown to really leave tomorrow really happy with him in terms of his performance. But I think he's a decent option, somebody that you could count on for a decent target share in this offense. I would prefer to wait 1 week with him and see how involved he is as far as how they utilize him in the offense. But, you know, the tight end's always going to be a tough position if you wait on the tight end spot and you have him and someone else. I think you could certainly consider playing him in what should be a plus matchup. So that'll do it for the Thursday night primer. Pretty quick video here. Up next, the video you'll see next will be a video where I go through every single other game this week, and I'll go over all the players that I'm starting or sitting. Like I said before in the video, if you guys have any specific start-sit questions, feel free to let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to address them there, and I can address them in sort of like a mailbag format in the end of that video as well. So I'll try to get all of your questions answered, as many of them as possible. I do my best to get back to all of you guys and make sure that you guys get as much feedback as possible. So yeah, with that, I want to thank you guys so much for watching the video. If this is your guys' first time on the channel, please do take the time to subscribe to the channel. We just hit 800 subscribers, which is super exciting. It's been a really cool milestone to hit. Let's see if we can hit 900, then 1,000 by the end of the NFL season. Really exciting to watch the channel grow. I really appreciate all the support. If you want to help the channel even more, please do just give the video a thumbs up. It really helps with the algorithm, helps me know that I'm doing a good job as well, and helps me know that you guys want to see more content like this. So yeah, with that, I want to thank you again so much for watching the video, and I'll catch you next time. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, check out these other videos here if you haven't. If you want more content, please feel free to follow me on Twitter @RealSteelFFB. I'll be more active on there as the season goes on. Thanks. Catch you later.